picture, you can clearly see that's a picture of me and my baby daughter. So, pair of wrong uns, both of them. Didn't even have the decency to cover up a picture of the kid. Do you know what I mean? So that's one thing. But when we were looking into this, I put up the post earlier on, and a few people reached out to me. I was quite shocked the amount of people that did reach out to me, to be honest with you. Box I can get in. If they want to request a box, we'll get them in, and we'll tell you all about what this person's done. And I hope he is watching. And he said he's gone to the police. But I very much, well, he can go to the police. We've got a lot to be speaking to them about, but we aren't going to grass you up, bruv, so you carry on. It's 50 Shades, how are you?
Hey, up.
You hear me, mate?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Good.
Do you know if my internet was playing up a little bit?
No, it's perfect. You're fine. There's no...
Is Jodes in here?
Who?
I'm just waiting for Jode. She might be downloading that video.
I think she is.
I just need to... Here she is. Right, so I just need to edit a video. I forgot to do it for a second.
Here then. Hold on. Can I pop up? Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Hello.
Looked a bit silly if I went live and doxed my own kid, wouldn't it? So I just had to cut my daughter's face out of that picture. So this is how this all come out about today. Can you just tell these, please, Jodes? I've never spoken to you in my life until today.
No, never.
I'm not going to say the other person's name, but
yeah, don't
we're going to get on that. So this is the post that Welsh Viking put on his story, right? So at the top here, you can clearly I've cropped it because I'm not going to put a picture up about my own daughter, but up here you'll see that I've got a profile picture of me and my baby daughter, and that's what he's posted.
Wow.
That's what he's posted on his story today. Little Romans, but there you go. It is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, welcome. Right, so Joe, do you want to tell us how you know this Lee Gooding, please, darling?
So he was married to one of my close friends. To start with, when I first met him, I thought he was a bit of a weirdo. I'm not going to lie, she knows that. And then, like, the truth come out, she would send me pictures of him battering her. The major trigger warning on this, he would batter her. There was bruises. There was times we went out for breakfast one morning and he sent her a photograph and said, "Oh, who's this bloke you've been talking to?" We Googled and literally, I feel like we put in something like tattoo muscle guy, and the first picture that come up was the photo that apparently she was sleeping with this other guy off Google. 5:30 one morning, I got a message saying, "Morning, Lee's asleep. You can speak now." And obviously it wasn't her. She was sound asleep. It was him messaging off her phone to try and find out gossip, which there was no gossip to find out. He's abused her. He's stuck so much snowflake emoji up his nose that he would cause himself to have fits in front of her 3 children.
Sorry to interrupt you, Joe. While you're talking about children, can you tell us what he done to a 3-year-old, her 3-year-old son?
Whose 3-year-old son?
The person in question, the ex-wife.
I think you're talking about the situation where he got said person's underwear out of the wash basket and put it over the kid's head and said, "This is what another man's cum smells like," on her children's head.
And this is a geezer that claims to work with vulnerable children and is here for people's mental health and sobriety. See, this is what happens, Lee, and I know he's going to be watching on a fake account. You know, when you start something, and unless you're squeaky clean yourself, you ain't going to get away with it. So my advice to you would be, don't start things that you know you're going to get exposed for yourself. Like, I can come on here and do this. I can come on here and do this all day long because I haven't got a criminal record. That's as simple as that. You're never going to expose me for doing such disgusting things. You get me? But that's what he done. And to be honest with you, I wasn't even on about that situation. I didn't even
So
know that
you're on
myself,
about
Joe.
the situation where he strangled her son.
That's the situation I was talking about. So
The
this just
3-year-old.
goes to prove, this goes to show this isn't a setup or anything like that. What she's saying is true, because the situation with the child's underwear, I knew nothing of until Joe's just come out with it.
Yeah. There's so much more that could go on with this guy. Like, he's threatened me countless times. He says he's going to say stuff about me. He's got multiple fake accounts, which I could name every one of them if I went in my block list.
So what happened with the I don't want to say the word, but the thing round the, how did that come about?
I'm not sure, because that was a long time ago, so I don't even know the full story of that one. I know more like the later on stuff where he's took. I've got videos on my phone that I could happily send to you, where he's took that much drugs up his nose. He's laying on the sofa having a fit in front of her kids. He's overdosed. He's been wandering around fields. She's had police at the door because he's gone missing.
Anyone not aware, that is his account. You can't really see it very well because Rickster's down there, but that's his account, 12 Blessed. That's who we're talking about today. So I've also spoken. Hello, Rick. How are you?
Hello, Rick.
How are you doing, Jad? Do you know the person you're on about, right? Are you talking about, is it Queen something, the woman?
No.
No.
Who are you on about?
12 Blessed.
No, because somebody was in a live last night and about a lady who's done something to a kid or something, and next thing, my fake account was in there pretending to be me supporting her, and I kept getting messages.
I WhatsApped you the other day and told you there's a fake account.
There's a fake account.
That's who we're talking about. That geezer, you must have seen him on the app.
No, I ain't seen him.
I've seen him about.
Yeah, you must have seen him about.
Rick,
He's always sitting on
Rick,
that.
listen. You know the person we're talking about. Please don't mention her name, though.
Okay. Do I?
Yes, the one who I'm close with, who lives near me.
Oh,
They
okay.
both
That's
live
her
near,
ex.
They both live near me.
Yeah, we both.
Just down the road, actually.
Yeah. I'm on about Queen Borough. Sorry, guys. So Queen Borough, yeah, was done a live last night, and basically she's obviously done a lot. I don't want to go into it because I don't know anything about it. And everyone's saying, Rickster, what are you doing in supporting this person? I said, what? Who is it? So some guy, obviously my fake account's over there supporting this person who's a wronger. Do you know what I mean? And it's a fake account. So what I'm saying, it's not good, mate.
Hello.
Everyone said it's not me.
Anyway, Rickster, can you stop gate crashing our party, please?
Bro, you're always fake crashing off me, do you know what I mean?
So yeah, this is. I don't know if you've missed it, Rickster, but this bloke who I just posted there, he come in the live the other day and he told us all that he's not in discussion with Welsh Viking, who, as you've seen, Tony Official, he's been down, put up posters for him because he was filming youngsters in public, so that's why he got exposed. But he was in contact with him all the time, Ricky, because what he done is he sent a WhatsApp message that I'd sent to him. He sent it over to the Welsh Viking, and it's got the profile picture of me and my baby daughter. So Welsh Viking has stuck that on his TikTok story today for everyone to see.
Why would you do that for?
Because they're weird, mate. They're weird. They're obsessed.
Would you like me to play the videos?
Did you? Yeah. Just.
Why are you going?
Hold on a second. Can you just tell Rickster? And this is trigger warning. This is trigger warning. So if anyone doesn't want to hear this, get away from the camera just for a second. Just tell Rickster what he done with the child's things.
Again, I'm just going to say, Rickster, please don't mention her name. He strangled her child when their child was 3 years old. There was a point where he got her underwear out of the washer basket and said, "This is what another man's cum smells like." All sorts. He's had fits in front of the kid where he's took so much coke up his nose, like literally battered the shit out of her. Like there's bruises, photos, a lot of everything. He threatened me, but I could hold my own. I don't give a shit. But when it comes to kids, you don't fuck around with someone's kids.
No, you don't. And this is
Why is he not in prison?
because I think she went through a number of years of abuse and she hid it from people.
About 8 years.
Yeah, I don't know the reasons why she hid it, but I can confirm. I'm not going to show the photos and nothing like that. She's asked me not to, but she has said I can tell you that I have seen all the photos. I have seen all the bruises. When I tell you, Rickster, I'm talking not just like a couple of bruises on the arms or legs. I'm talking head to toe, and it was
Full-on bruises.
Full body.
It was literally head to toe.
That's vile.
What about
Covered in bruises.
what
What he
about
done to her.
strangling the child? What about strangling the child? What's happened there?
Yeah, she told me that he'd strangled her 3-year-old son.
So why didn't she go to the police with strangling the child? The 3-year-old.
When it's a narcissist doing it, you just don't, do you?
But she did, in the end, she did go to the police, Rickster, and she had to move house because of this person. And she has sent me the crime reports over, so I've seen it all. So she's not lying. I've seen all the crime reports, and that's how I realised that she lives virtually in the same town as what I do, because it said
10 minutes up the road.
Yeah, because that was the same. Yeah, it was the same police force.
I'm probably going to get a lot of views for this. I'm going to say it anyway. Sorry, but I'm going to say, why did you put something over his head for doing that to the kid? I would have put something straight over his fucking head, man.
It's not as easy that way when you're in that sort of relationship, is it?
Like,
No,
I guess when they got a little bit.
It's all right when it's coming to you, but when it comes to your kids.
Do you know what I mean? Sorry to go in it, but I want to put something straight over his head. I want to care about what happened to me, how long I was in prison for. I would have got something and I wrapped it straight over his head. I would have.
Yeah, I would have done as well. But
Sorry, bro. I would have said, somebody's got my good
no, I totally agree with you.
A 3-year-old child, mate.
Well blessed from our way. Yeah, he is. He's from Felixstowe. He's from Felixstowe, Peter. Not far down the road, but he's from Felixstowe. But he claims, so the videos you're going to hear are from my last live when he jumped in the box. And you listen to what he says. He says he's got this enhanced DBS check, which we know is absolute bullshit. He hasn't got no enhanced DBS check.
He doesn't work with children either. He doesn't work and hasn't for years.
He doesn't work with children because I know where he works, and his behaviour is going to be emailed to his workplace as well. So we'll see what his workplace think of that. I can get on. All right, nice one, mate. Sorry. So he's a transport operator is what he is. I know exactly where he works, so don't worry about that.
What's his name on here? I've come across him. What's his name on here?
12 Blessed is his name on here, but his real name's Lee Gooden from Felixstowe. He's a transport operator for a company down there.
Do you want me to play the voice note?
Yeah, play the recording from the live.
I don't know what order they're in, so I'll just play them.
Something about, I've got a screenshot of that. 12 Blessed went inside for same thing.
No, mate.
Just ignore this bit. Here we go.
Had anything like that at all. That's
Can you confirm, though, you're not going to be having him in your box or live anymore?
confirmed, sir.
Thank you.
And that's not right. I haven't ever been accused of nothing. You know, I've been accused, but my occupation, I've been shouted at within my occupation when I've looked after children. That's the truth. Within the care, and they do it. I understand the deeper reasons why they do it and things like that. I help with childhood trauma, mental health, sobriety, and a lot on this app and off this app as well. That's the truth.
That's that one. So that's somebody there who's done these aberrant things to kids and that, and he reckons he works with children, claims mental health. Couldn't make it up, really, could you, Vikster? Do you want to play the other video?
I think
Yeah,
they're
that is him, Carolyn. Yeah, it is him.
I've only got two.
Yeah, that was only two. Or something.
Something about, I've got a screenshot of that. 12
Oh, that's
Blessed
the
went
same- that's the
inside
same
for the same thing.
Yeah, there's only
That's
two.
not right.
Hang on.
You got the other one? If not, it don't matter.
He shouldn't be in a position of that to be vulnerable people if this is
No, of course he should mixed up. You can see, like, when he's hanging about with people that have been filming kids out in public. I know you've got no right to privacy in public, but
you told me that he strangled a 3-year-old child, right? And why? What? I've seen the video of it's on the FYP. Yeah. Why is he filming kids?
I know. Fucking crazy.
What's he filming?
Something about, I've got a screenshot of that.
Yeah, I've only got them two.
I need to get a thought process in place here. I've seen a video where he's filming kids, right, and he's continue to film it. So we can't say he's recording something and got him on. He's deliberately filmed him, right, and then he's saying, well, what's his mentality beyond filming children? I need to know this because that I don't. Yeah, what's his excuse for that?
I think
There
like
isn't
normal, I think normal fathers, right thinking fathers like me and yourself, Rickster, I don't think we can ever compute that kind of behaviour for our own heads, can we? It's impossible. You can't. You're never gonna be able to get your head around that kind of behaviour. I know I can't, but the thing goes for this 12 blessed. So he says he hasn't got a criminal record, he hasn't got this, and it's just so when he comes on here, Rickster, he's given this. Oh yes, how are you, my friend? I'm here for you, my friend, and all this, but it's complete bollocks. It's all fake. It's just a fake act that he put on because this person, he's already been done for claiming ESA while he was working, so he's a benefit fraudster. He took out 2 loans in his ex's name,
Yep.
and got done for fraud.
She is still
He's
paying
an
multiple debts off for him.
absolute wrong 'un. Absolute wrong 'un. That's what he is.
Like there was a couple of, I'd say probably about a month ago, she had a phone call at gone midnight off a private number. Apparently someone had been in his life saying that they were threatening her kids and stuff and her kids were in danger. Well, in my opinion, if someone's kids are in danger, you go straight to the police. You don't be ringing someone at 12 o'clock at night when they're potentially in bed. And why has he still got her number when they've been split up for nearly 19 months now?
Yeah.
And didn't he have an affair with 2 people off this app?
2 people off this app, supposedly apparently got one pregnant. I don't know how true that was, whether they were pregnant or not. Lived at one of their houses and all sorts.
Mr. Gimp Mask. That just goes to show you though, Ricks, and that's why I've stopped doing lives, to be honest with you, bruv, because this app, you can be speaking to someone and you never know, they just turn out to be an absolute fucking wrong 'un.
Yeah, but
All the time.
I've just
All
had
the
that.
time, to be fair.
I've just had that myself, literally. I thought I had a decent friend, and it turned out she just ended up being. She's tried to use so much against me, which is just what she does herself, not me. And it's
People have got things to twist things and to suit the narrative on this app as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To twist
100%.
things.
Lee Gooding. That's Lee Gooding from Felix,
never
though,
get
the
to-
wrong and who we're talking about today. The person who thought that'd be clever to expose my baby daughter, I bet he's thinking, fuck, I wish I hadn't have done that now.
Disgusting, man.
And the thing is,
you
like
don't
me
get
and the other
harmed.
person have always warned people and said he's a wrong and he's this, that and the other, but there's only so much you can tell people. Do you know what I mean? Before they
so
listen.
legal. But like I say, I've seen all the photos of the bruises, Rickster. I'll get a message her. If she wants, I'll send them to you, so you've got the proof. So you can.
I've been in situations where my number's been leaked. You know, I have, and I'm threatening to kill anyone, man, woman, or beast. When it comes to my children or my partner, if anyone threatens them, I mean, I'd kill that person. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sorry for the lady who's gone through that traumatic experience. I really am, and I know some of us are not like that. But if anyone put their hands on my child's throat or threatened them, you know how I react. You know what I mean? I'd put.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but you've got to understand what she's thinking is if she doesn't hit him hard enough, that's her and her son gone. That's the last breath her and her son would probably ever take.
Yeah, I
And
guess
that's why women do what they do.
I guess from a man's point of view, from a grown-ass man's point of view, like Garth Rickster, that's the kind of thing that we would think. But for a female that has been through that and been so suppressed for so many years, that's probably the last thing that goes through their head. They're probably fucking just terrified, aren't they? Well, in fact, they are. Of course, they're terrified, aren't they, of the person?
Yeah.
So
There's
we can't.
times where she wouldn't even text me back. She wouldn't ring me. She wouldn't come and see me because she was with him.
Yeah, we can't really speak on a female's point of view what they would and wouldn't do. To be honest with you, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? And you can't put any blame on the mother unless you're in that circumstance at all.
I know what this is like, man. I've been on this app where people have been threatening my kids and that been threatened, and you've seen how I was acted a few years ago. So I've been in that situation. I'm just saying, if somebody physically hurt my child, I just know as a man, and you as well, Big Jam, to be fair, exactly what would do. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know why the incident. No disrespect. I know she said she was in fear of her life. I understand that, but he placed his hands on the child's throat and strangled the 3-year-old child. Man, that could have killed the child. I just don't understand why it wasn't reported or something else wasn't done. I'm sorry. I just don't. If you don't operate in a way where you're going to defend your child, all right, I understand, because you're scared, you fear the man's a beast or whatever. But why not go to the authorities to report that man for what he'd done?
I think things were reported and things were done, but then it got twisted. Like he would then say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I won't ever do it again. I'm a different man. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do
Who's
the
Savage?
drugs."
Ricky, who's Savage Rider?
No idea who they are, mate. What are they saying?
Hello, I'm nice, don't worry.
Oh, okay. I've seen you about. I've seen you in Miss Red's live. Is it or someone's pearls?
Pearls, I think, yeah. It was about a live the other night. But what I was just going to say as well, like, just with what Rickster was just saying, women end up being, like, almost manipulated. Like, they will say, well, if you go to the police, you'll lose your child. So then you're in, like, you're in limbo then, do you know what I mean? Like, it's, do I protect them then, or... Because then she could just have absolutely been, you know, bounded every day with the fact that if you tell anybody, like, the social will take your kid, or... Do you know what I mean? It's not as easy as just going to the police, so it's... You get into a situation where it's fight or flight.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
I'm just starting, like, say if somebody, I understand if you're in a domestic relationship, right, and you're being domestically abused, I understand that, and you're scared to go to the authorities in case he hurts you even more, right, well, okay, I do understand that, but if somebody placed a hand around your child's throat and throttled them, and I'd want to know what you would do. What would you do about it?
Yeah, that's from our point of view, though, Rick. To look and say, if a woman's terrified,
me being a man and you being, and even Zabby as being a man as well, I know Zabby. I know what we'd do. I understand, but why didn't the lady go to the authorities? That's what I just want to know. I just can't comprehend.
As men,
Isn't that too far?
what do you mean too far?
Well, he's putting his hand around the
as
child.
men and fully grown men,
No,
you
she's
wouldn't
being-
do that anyway.
Yeah, we would as a man, but you got to think, Rickster, when a woman's been beat for so many years by a man, how, you know, I know
8 years.
I know what you're saying with a child and that you're gonna, that's the point where you're gonna that's over for them. But what I'm saying is, when she's been beaten and trodden on for so many years, she hasn't got that courage to stand up against him in any circumstance, which goes to show you how terrified she must have actually been.
Yeah.
100%.
Good question.
I can speak for experience. A lot of people don't realise how hard it is to get out of a situation like that. Most people that are in DV relationships, yeah, they genuinely don't see any different, no change in it. So, like, this can go on for years and years and years, and they'll always think, oh, well, you know, it's going to change, or that she's going to change, whatever it's going to be. They always try and look at the positive, and they're also scared of change. They're scared of being on their own.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I have just had confirmation that said person was only told about strangling the child 2 months ago.
Yeah, shocking. To be fair, I've not come into like fucking, because I don't know the ins and outs in it. I mainly came in to ask Ricky, why did he unfollow me?
Did he unfollow you? I did unfollow
He
you.
always does that.
Don't be a shithouse and tell the truth. What's your problem?
You know what, bro? I swear to God, bro, I don't know how many accounts that you've got, Zab, do you know what I mean? And you didn't come
Oh
live.
no, listen,
When
that's
people
not going to wash with me.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
No, listen, you've got a friend, yeah? I just want to say this, right? I'm not hating on you, Ricky. You know me, and straight to the point. You know what I'm like, right? And sorry for like interrupting this live. I do apologise, Jam. You know me. It's nothing but love. People like this need to be ripped apart, yeah? But you've got a friend who was friends with me who sat and laughed and joked when someone was calling me a beast, right? Now, that particular person went on to ripping your own auntie, and then you go and take them out for a drink. Is that why you unfollowed me? Because of that situation?
No, Zab, honest to God, when people don't go, I follow less than 100 people, yeah? So when people stop coming live or not on the app for a while, because I don't know whether you lost your, I just unfollow them. I had 2 of your accounts, do you know what I mean?
You're a little so I've got to go live for you to keep following me. Well, I'm glad that I don't have fake friends around me.
Nah, listen, you know, if you come live, I'd follow you, you know what I mean? You were following me anyway. If you come live, I'd jump on live. But you've been off the app for a long time, bro.
Now. You can piss off now. I don't want you to follow me.
You still follow me, Zabby, so thanks, bro. Keep following me, bro.
You can piss right off. You're lucky I don't do it live on you, you little scumbag.
Now that's
In
the
the
reason
name of
why,
Jesus.
anyone who don't come live, I unfollow them. Do you know what I mean? When you come back, I'll follow you again. Do you know what I mean? I like to follow less than. I think I've got a little bit of ADHD because I like to follow less than 100 people. Don't know why.
Yeah.
You never see me
Now,
follow
do you know
more than 100 people, man.
when you're famous, you can't be showing everyone that you just follow random accounts. It's all right.
He's done that for He's done that for the last 3 years. To be fair, he won't follow over
I think
100
I've unfollowed
people.
a couple of your accounts as well. Your backup as well, BGM, I think. You know, don't take it, but I'll do it so everyone's have. Honest to God.
I remember Ricky ringing me saying, "Can you make a video, Zav, and just tell everyone I don't use a smooth filter?"
Stop violating me. I told you the reason why. It's got nothing to do with Flangy. Bastard.
Oh God.
Can I just jump in and say to Rexter,
Oh,
when
God.
women are
Sorry,
abused
guys.
and they have children, it's completely different. Like many people in the comments, we stay to survive and keep our child alive. I literally, less than 6 months ago, got out of a physical, mental, financial abusive relationship. Like, I was black and blue. I've had tables thrown at me, and I stayed. He wasn't my son's dad. As soon as I left, he phoned social saying that I abused my child. I don't. It's all false claims. What this lady was doing was keeping herself alive and her child. It's not as easy as I will hit back. You can't hit back when you have your child. You do what you can. You tell that person, I love you, I'm going to cook your dinner, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Because you're not even keeping yourself alive. You're only staying alive for your child.
Your confidence is totally taken away. My mum went from being a woman that would stand up to anyone for any of us and confident, you know, to being in a relationship for 7 years, to a man that beat her black and blue. And her confidence was taken away so much. She was frightened to leave the house just on a normal day. Do you know what I mean? So, the control these men have over people like that.
Real.
I totally understand that. You're a little bit like me.
It's not just men, it is women as well. I watched a documentary the other day, and I think most men that are not like that will find it hard, because I was watching a documentary the other day of where this woman was abusing this man, and I kept saying to myself, why didn't the man just detain her? Why didn't he just restrain her, or things like that? And because you're not in that,
too much respect.
Because you're not in that environment.
I know which one you're on about.
From a man's point of view, though, and I've been in a relationship, it's not just that, but you're also put on a spin then that the woman, if you do anything or retaliate or try to do anything about it, she just runs to the police and say that you're the abuser. And who are the police really going to believe first?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Are they going to believe? Are they going to believe because you pushed her out the way for your safety to get out of the way? Are they going to believe you or her? You can't hit them back.
My question goes out to Holly. So please, if you don't mind, and Zavi, you from a similar background to me, Zavi. So I'd like your thoughts on this as well, Rod, please. Holly, if the man he was in a DV relationship, and I respect you, obviously he was in fear of him, he thought he was going to kill you, and obviously he was a beast. I'm really sorry about what you've been through, but I want to ask you, if you've seen that man in question, right, with his hands around your 3-year-old child's throat, and you thought he was going to kill your child, which I've just been told, what would you do about that? That's what I want to know, because my background, know what I would do. I just want to know what you would do.
But you can interrupt quickly. That you do not know how you will react until you are that person. Unfortunately, we can all say we will do this and we will do that. Until you are in that position, that woman was so mentally beat down that she didn't know who she was, and it's easy to say these words, but until you are in that, it's literally what's said in here. It's fight or flight. It literally is. So she will fight, but in a different way. If she went for him, and he could easily take her out, I'm sorry, I'm getting upset, and she could with the child. So she didn't. She diffused the situation the best she could to protect herself and her child. Sorry.
I think, Holly, you bang on there with what you said.
Yeah, let me just say something. So the child in question is now 13 years old. He only found out about this 2 months ago. This happened when the child was 3. He never found out until 2 months ago. The police have been in the school, had conversations with the kids. So she only found out, she never knew it had happened when it did happen. She only found out 2 months ago.
I thought she was there when it was going on.
No, God no. She only found out about it 2 months ago.
I'll be real, yeah. I'll be 100% real. I believe, because I have lived experiences exactly like that. I was 6 years of age with a broken nose by a man that I thought, well, not a man that I thought, a man that's meant to love me and care for me and protect me. And although he did, it's very much manipulation when it comes to the man doing that to his child or his own child or his adopted child. It's more to, although it does hurt the child, it's also to hurt the mother. And it is very, very, you'd be stupid if you sat there and said, well, I'd kill him, or I'd leave him, or I'd do this, I'd do that, because every person is different. And just talking of experience, when you're in that frame of mind, or when you're in that situation, you truly don't know what to do. And the right thing would be to leave them and seek help and protect your children and stuff like that. But when you're living in fear, it's a different situation, because like I said, my parents have been through it, and my parents have been through it, and there is no right answer.
You live on eggshells forever when you're in that situation. That mom is one of the most amazing people you can think of. She's got out, she's still alive, and she has kept her children alive and safe.
Obviously, I've been in one of these.
Douglas, you can see him. That's Lee Gooding, 12 blessed. That's who we're talking about. The wrongest.
Well, shush.
That likes to put used underwear on a child's head and say that's what another man's certain stuff tastes like. That's the kind of wrong on this person is on this app, sitting there preaching about mental health and sobriety
Preaching sobriety. It's
helping vulnerable children.
It just shows what more secrets has he got, what more skeletons has he got in his closet.
Can I just say to you, I've just realised who the mum is, and I know the mum personally well, really well.
That's what I was trying to tell you. You know her personally.
Yeah, just not say her name. Don't say her name.
I didn't
She's
know.
put in the chat. She has commented in the chat, so it's fine.
I know her well, man. She's really close.
As well.
She's a close friend of mine, yeah. I'm really close to her.
Rick's
Really
is
close friend.
turning into a controversial creator, where he thinks
He always has been.
You know what's me, man? I unfollowed you because I got ADHD and you don't go live, and that's it, man. I weren't personal. I love you, Zabby.
piss off.
Can I just say something? Because then
I
I'm
love
going to
Aunt Sally. I love Aunt Sally more than I love you.
Can I say one thing to Zabby, please, God? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Zabby, I've got to ask you this question, bro. Please don't take it personal, yeah? The guy who broke your nose, what happened to him, mate?
He didn't live to tell the tale.
What happened to him?
Yeah. No, I'll be honest with you. The person that broke my nose, he broke my nose when I was 7. He broke my jaw and cheekbone when I was 13. He battered me black and blue. He did the exact same to my brothers. And it's a bit of a sticky situation, and I don't really want to say it, but he's still there. That's my dad.
Can I just say that this is not fair because you're not giving the guy a chance, and this is totally out of order what you're doing.
Nick.
Who's this? Hold on,
Nick, do you know
I'm sorry, after what he has done to this poor lady in these comments, he doesn't deserve to be breathing, let alone have a chance to speak. Absolutely
You
not.
have no right to do this. This is slander.
Hold on a minute, hold on.
How's it slander? Slander.
Because it is slander. This ain't.
Nick,
This is out of order. This is.
can we just hold on, right? Just hold on.
Nick,
Nick.
do you know him personally?
I'm not sure if she would be muted.
Nick, can you unmute
I
yourself?
personally wouldn't allow that because the problem is you're going to have
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
do
victims
know
that are
him
in-
personally.
Do you
and
know him personally and you've met
Yeah,
him?
I do, and I don't think this is right.
Well, I'm sorry, I
Well,
know
there you
his
go, that's
ex-wife, and I've
why
been
you
there
got
for
me
her and
there.
consoled her when she's been battered black and fucking blue. So until you know him personally, shut your fucking mouth.
No, you shut your fucking mouth.
Nick,
Get rid of her.
don't come in here defending a wrong one. Ex-wife is black and blue. We are here to support her. Nick,
Hold on a second. Can I just ask her something? Can I ask Nick one question? Do you agree with what he done to this woman? Do you agree with that and support that? Turn your microphone on. Do you agree and support that? That's all I want to hear. Nick, your microphone.
she's gone. I really hope his ex-wife is okay.
Big
I am
Jam,
gonna
what did
jump.
you say to me? It's not slander if you have proof.
Where's Red Hawk on? No, it is. That's
what you said to me. You can't put something on the table if it hasn't got 100% facts and proof in front
I've
of it.
seen the facts. I could sit here right now and post up all the photos and everything like that. You would still have a few wrong-uns that would come in this box and defend him. That's what you would have. It's as simple as that. That's always the case. We've seen these wrong-uns on the app. How many times have we seen somebody exposed for the horrendous crimes that they've committed, and they've still got people support them? You can't get away from that. So there's no point arguing when they will still support wrongers because
same as me in your life the other night saying this and that, and I know I haven't let them in my box and blah blah blah, and I protect children, then run straight to someone who's been filming kids and put someone else's child's photo in a message to him. Like,
Someone just commented on the back of what Ricky just said, saying that my story's changed, right? Now, Jam, you know this personally because I've had many long conversations with you about this, right? The conversation was going on about abuse when it comes to children, and I have suffered abuse from a narcissistic man who is in the same relationship as my parent, and like Ricky said, what happened to him? The problem is when it comes to historical abuse, nothing does happen to him, especially if you're living in fear for 25 years, you know, and you've also got that feeling of love. So although you know right from wrong, do you want that person to be punished? No, you don't.
Know what, I want to say, Zav, I'll say this to you because, you know what I mean, in the past you've been a bit fiery, do you know what I mean? But I know that you hate bullies and you always, you know what I mean, you hate abuse and all that. But honestly, God, I know that you suffered with your mental health because I've known Zavi a long time, as you all know, man. But I can't believe what you went through as a 13-year-old kid, having your jaw broken. I didn't know none of that, bro. And it makes me feel physically sick, bro. It really does. Because I know you suffer with your mental health, and now I know some of the backstory. So I didn't know how deep it went. And just imagine, I just contemplate a 13-year-old kid having his jaw broke. Having your jaw broke is one of the most painful. It's horrible to feel, bro. My heart, I just can't even. It's horrible, man. I don't even know what to say to that shit.
Listen, the first time I ever had my nose broke when I was 6 years of age. I was 6 years of age, and because I was arguing with my brother, I ended up put in my bedroom because I was a 6-year-old cocky kid. And I answered back. That meant I'd get my nose broke, and I was laid down in the bed, and I physically got left-handed straight to my nose splattered. I went to the hospital, and I had to tell the hospital that me and my brother was fighting, and he pushed me into breaking my nose. This is what happens when it comes to the children from being abused. I have to take medication for the rest of my life due to childhood abuse. And what that's left me. PTSD, psychosis, schizophrenia, EUPD, manic bipolar, them triggers of mine are still there in my life. You have to understand that. Like, I went on a family holiday, and I'm not here, but do you know what it is, I could sit here and blame everyone about my issues and this, that, and the other, but do you know what? It's made me the man that I am. Because if I wouldn't have been through that, maybe I could have been an abusive person. Maybe I could have been physical to my partner.
I'll read Chinese comment.
No more. Yeah, listen, it's probably just because you're worried that people can hear it. But do you know what? The thing is...
The fact of that, I've seen people use it against you and I don't like it, so I'd like you to stop.
All right, well, I won't. But the thing is that I have to also remember and tell myself is that I am what I am, and it is what it is. And if by me telling my story is going to help me, then that's what I need to do. Because you know what, believe it or not, it's only me and my family that can get through to my dad, and I've been getting through to him, and he now understands that the issues I have in my adulthood stems from the trauma. You got to remember, just two parents.
What did he give you a piggyback?
Just from your mother and father screaming and shouting at you can leave you with unstable personality disorder, which is a mental illness. So just by having that verbal argument or listening to that, it can cause brain damage for children. Do you understand?
It's emotional neglect.
Yeah, and how many parents have verbal arguments? Every parent, every adult has it, but they don't look at the long-term effects that it can have on people or the children. You know what I mean? That's just the emotional and the physical side. Yeah, it should never have happened, but do you know what? I've never laid my hand on my child, and I'm telling you now, my child is one of the best well-behaved, and I'm not just saying that because, she's next to me and she's, you know, a little angel from the sky. But she honestly is. Like, I couldn't ask for a better child. And never have I ever laid my hands on her. Never have I ever even needed to scream and shout at her. Because I think a lot of parents, without being rude, and I'm not digging them out, I have only got one child, and maybe you know, having more children, it's a lot more testing your patience. But I do believe it's down to patience, and you have to learn as the parent to learn to grow patience. That's what I believe.
Gabby, I want to ask you this as well. I hope you don't mind I'm prying, mate, but I've got to be honest because it's been on the platforms of
Hurry up, because you're getting off track on my subject here.
Yeah,
sorry, one second. I want to ask Zabby something. Sorry, bro. It's just that's it, and I'll cut it then. It's up to Zabby if he wants to answer. I've seen you in many videos with your dad, Zab, and obviously having a joke and all. So obviously you've forgiven him and you've moved on from them times because you seem to be like getting on with him now. You know what I mean? After what you've told me, like.
I'll be truthful. I don't think I've ever forgiven him, and I don't think I'll ever forget. But what I do is I always look at the bigger picture and say, if he wasn't here now, I would have so much regret and hate towards, like, why didn't I spend more time with him? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? So to me, I feel like whilst he's here, it's my job to get through to him so he can understand what he did was wrong, for one, but also to I don't want to live with regret saying, well, you know, I had this hatred for so many years, because it has made me the person that I am. I was very aggressive up until the age about 16, 17, not towards women. I've always been very sympathetic towards women, but other men I've been very, very aggressive towards.
Oh shit, how do I end it? Sorry, Dav, I pressed the wrong button, bro.
It's all right. Only up until about 18 where I started turning my anger into, like, empathy. And that's why I am a very empathetic person. That's why I've always been like, people come to me with their stories and I get all emotionally invested in it because, you know, it's about how you cope with it. And for me, the things that we went through as kids is horrendous. Like, it's probably one of the worst. If you heard the whole story, you wouldn't be able to believe that we even have relationships with our parents. But our parents are only here for a certain amount of time, and for me, I don't want to be hateful towards. If anything, I want him to see what and try and make that change. And I do believe that he will. And I'm planning on coming out with his story, because here's another one for you. Yeah, my dad, right.
2 minutes, Savvy.
Sorry, brother. Sorry, I'm going to get off in a sec. I don't care, Shan. I'm having a conversation with Jan. I don't want to.
Come on, Dav.
Right, just before Dav comes back, I am going to jump. Rick, I'm just going to say, please take on board what women have said to you today regarding abuse. And to the woman who this concerns, we don't need to see the proof, darling. We believe you. We really do.
Just to let you know, obviously people's circumstances are different to others, do you know what I mean? I try to understand the situation, and the person in question, the lady, I know her personally well, and she's lovely. Look, she's a real good friend of mine. So I didn't realise that until obviously Joe was telling me, I won't clock it, I'm sorry.
And that's what happened. You can know this person inside out, but you will never know what happens at home. So just try and take on board what's being said by women today. Of the fight and the flight and the protection of the child.
Zabby, I'm going to invite a few other people into the box.
Yeah,
but I am going to go. Thanks, bye.
Yeah, big love, Holly. All I wanted to say before I left, yeah, people are saying you're going off subject. The subject that you're talking about is child abuse and how this man is doing what he's doing, yeah? What I've spoke about is child abuse, child neglect, physical child abuse, yeah? So I don't think it's going off topic too much. But what I do want to say is, as a parent, you are not taught how to be a parent. My dad was born by a white Irish woman, yeah? And she popped out a black baby. And she was married to an Irish man. And she couldn't find the courage to bring that black baby home, so she strangled my dad from birth. Killed my dad from birth. My dad's got frontal lobe brain damage, right? So for a man to go through all of that experiences that he went through, for him to naturally know how to love and care and protect somebody, that it's too far-fetched, you know what I mean? You have to learn that, and you have to acknowledge that. But listen, everyone's got their own story, you know what I mean? I'm not saying this for people to feel sorry for me, because you don't need to feel sorry for me. It's just the truth, and the more I give the confidence to my dad about coming out about his story, the more likely he's going to be able to reflect on the things that he's done, reflect on the things that he hasn't done, and make other people maybe learn from their mistakes, do you know what I mean? But listen, big love, Jam, appreciate you letting me up.
Take care, bro.
One last thing, you need to write this down and put it down in a story, mate, so everyone can hear your story, because, you know what I mean, you've got a lot to tell, mate, and you give great advice. You need to look into that, mate, because I'd read your story, and I think many of us would. I think you've got a lot to say, mate, honest to God. I think you should release that, let people, and if not for yourself, to help others, mate, honest to God.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. But yeah, listen, big love, Trevor, and I appreciate you all.
I'll give you a bell later, Dave, about what we were talking about earlier on.
No worries, brother. Yeah.
Take care, I'll speak to you, bro.
Safe, bro.
Rickster, you can get out and all your clout chaser.
I'm blocking you.
I'm joking.
I'm not following you.
I just wanted to get back onto that about the subject. I know Zavi was talking about abuse and stuff like that. Which
I'm not going to shit on your pride anymore. I'm just saying the person in question, she's commented. She's such a lovely lady, like, and I've known her for a long time. I never knew this story till Joe said. She just commented, and I weren't obviously being judgmental. I weren't saying anything. I just wanted people's opinions on the situations. You know what I mean? And they've given me they've given me their reactions. Obviously, everyone's situation is different. Okay, I understand that, so I wasn't being judgmental in any way, shape or form.
Right, anyway, so this is what happened. So for the people that have just joined, this is the person we were talking about. We'll let Jodes go over again about what this person's done to this woman and these children, right? So this is don't know if you can call him a creator, can you? He's got a few followers, but...
Well, he's not a creator.
No, he's a nitty, at the end of the day. He's in full...
I've never heard of him.
There you go.
No, I'd never heard of him either. But he looks like a wrong man.
Bless. His real name.
Yeah, you can tell. You can see it in his face. He's just a fucking wrong one.
He sits on this app. He's one of these people that says, "I'm here for people's sobriety journey. I'm here to support you through your sobriety journey, through your mental health journey. I'm here for you. You can reach out and speak and all this bullshit, but it's all fake, 100% fake. Because Jode's now going to tell you what he actually done, and this is for the people that have just joined the live. What he done?
Hang on, Carla's just put in the comments. Say your story, the real reason of the live. Say your side.
Oh, yeah. No, he did as well. I just didn't want to bring up like him doxing a picture of my baby daughter, because that seems like completely insignificant compared to what she went through.
No, because that's your piece. You need to say your piece because people need to know, because at the end of the day, it's your child.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. This is what came about today. So there was I was out for lunch with like my family and stuff like that, and I get a WhatsApp message from a friend of mine, one of my followers.
Where'd you go for lunch? Anywhere nice?
No, I went to the race course. We couldn't get in anywhere, to be fair. Everywhere was fully booked. I forgot that was bank holiday. So we managed to get into one of them, I don't know what they're called, it's like a Toby Carvery, but it's not, if you get me. If you feel me. But yeah, I took the baby on the play park, and I stood there, looked at my phone, I had this message, and it was saying, Welsh Vikings just doxed your daughter. So this message that Welsh Viking posted up in his story, I sent this to 12 Blessed. This was sent to 12 Blessed last week after he knew what Welsh Viking had done to those children. This is after he knew. He's still in contact with him. And Crazy Russian will tell you, he was in our live a few days ago, and I said to him, like, are you still speaking to him? Do you have anything to do with him? And he said, no. He said, I'm disgusted by that behaviour. I won't have anything to do with anyone who's done that kind of thing, because I look after vulnerable children, etc. Did he not, Russian?
Yeah, it's exactly what he did. He said that's what he does, and he's had an advanced DBS check, and he would never because of his job, he would never associate with anyone like that. And I think you said you had him in your box a little while ago.
Yeah,
someone said, and he was like, no. It was he just came in and he got straight out the box and stuff, and was like, that's it, and I won't have anything to do with him anymore. Then obviously He's run straight to him with stuff, and
yeah, he's gone straight to him with WhatsApp.
Have you managed to DBS it?
there, so which is
He can show any messages, like I've told him today. I said, you can send any messages you like to anybody that I've sent you, because as many people on this app will tell you, I wouldn't tell anybody in a WhatsApp message anything that I wouldn't say to your face anyway. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
If I think you're a nitty, if I say it in a WhatsApp message, I'll say it to your face on here. I'm not bothered. But that just goes to show what a compulsive liar 12's blessed Lee Gooden is, for the fact saying that I'm not having anything to do with a wrong and who's been caught filming kids or anything, but he's still in contact with him. So he's come off the app and he's chatting to him and speaking to him, or friends with him off the app, but he doesn't want any of you lot to know that he's friends with him on the app, if that makes sense to you. So it's kind of fucking weird behaviour. Why would you want to keep in contact with somebody who's been exposed for doing those things? Kind of
why
thing.
is it? But why is he saying on a live? You know, but he just sounds like one of the people. There's loads of people on it that do help people sobriety and stuff like that. But I think they're just manipulative people who know that those people who have got those kind of problems are vulnerable and easy. Do you know what I mean? Easy to pull into their little circle on here because they're looking for people like that. But if what I don't get is if he's saying he because of his job and what he does and his looking after vulnerable kids and that. But isn't he? Did you say he works as a transport manager?
No, he's not a transport manager. He's a transport operator, is what he is, with a transport company down in Felixstowe. They're getting an email tomorrow to show him what behaviour he's been causing on his app. So we'll find out what they say about it.
So he's even tried to big himself up as someone that, looks after vulnerable children. He's like watching cars.
So he goes to church and all that crap, and he goes to the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. So that's where he's saying that he's turned to God and that he now helps other people. It's not his job. It's what he does through his Alcoholics Anonymous.
There you go. But that's how this live came about. I said, when I get home, I said, I'm going to fire up a live and I'm going to tell people, and you're going to get told about yourself. So in the meantime, one of his exes, his ex-wife, she commented on the post, and that wasn't just his ex-wife, to be honest with you. There was 4 or 5 people that have sent me messages about this person, things that he's done to them and stuff like that. And the thing is, you can tell they're telling the truth because their stories, they don't know each other, but everything they say is consistent with each other. You get me, Rick? Everything they're saying is the same. He's done this to me, he's done that to me, and it's the same thing every single time. So I spoke to his ex-wife of 8 years, I think she was with him, wasn't she?
Yeah, 8 years married.
Yeah, I spoke to her on Instagram, and I didn't even ask her. I didn't ask her for no proof or nothing. I just said, what's happened? So she told me, and then she said, I'll send you the proof, is what she said. And she sent me all the photos and everything through the police reports and everything. And when I tell you, this poor woman, honestly, I couldn't, even if she allowed me, I wouldn't show you the photos on this app because what I see was fucking disgusting. It was shocking, absolutely shocking. And if I see another man had done that to my daughter, same as like you said earlier on, Ricky, I don't know I know what I do.
Yes.
Obviously, I can't say on live, but when I say this woman was black and blue, literally from head down to her toes, and I mean literally her toes, black and blue, all the way down. That's how bad it was. Proper serious stuff. And it had been going on for years, she told me. She said he'd been doing it and she'd been trying to hide it from her friends, which is Jodes, and they'd been trying to hide it from her
and
family
stuff like that. Yeah, makeup, long sleeves, long trousers,
a lot of the story behind
covered up.
A lot of the story behind the person I didn't find out until they had split up.
We'll put him up again for you. So that's 12 Blessed, the geezer who helps people with mental health, helps vulnerable children, but he tries to strangle a 3-year-old boy. I'll let Joe tell you what he done with the other bit.
So he strangled the child when he was 3 years old, which said person didn't find out until 2 months ago. The child is now 13. Before anyone judges, why didn't she do anything? He was 3 at the time. He is now 13. She only found out of her son 3 months ago. The child has had the police go into school, have interviews, have meetings, all sorts. He's thrown underwear over her children's heads saying this is what another man's cum smells like. It's just vile, absolutely vile.
Is that really Sobriety Jack?
It is, yeah, get him in the box.
That is Sobriety Jack. Sobriety Jack, give it a rest because you go into Lee's lives.
Yeah, you're
Sobriety Jack's in here calling people a Robin after some of the stuff he's done on the app. Come on.
He blocked me anyway. He must have unblocked. No, he blocked me on his other account, Sobriety Jack did. So you're going to get a block when I can find you. He blocked me on his account, so you can have a block as well. Kid out, you're wrong.
Do you know what?
He didn't put a wrong in the box. He was here. He was in the box, wasn't he? Because he seemed to be against another wrong'un who was filming kids in Greg's and following them up to the window so he could still film them walking up the street. And that was Welsh Viking. And he was in here saying that he totally disagreed. I think this has all come out since. And then the other wrong'un, Mr. Welsh Viking, then put the post up with Zavi's
I thought it
kid.
was Sky Remote.
With Jam's kid on it. So
Sobriety, Jack, bloody wars. Oh God, let's not go off track again with him.
I have lost my Sky
we can go
Remote.
on all day.
Thrown me now. Yeah, so that's who he is on there. You will see him on lives. So whenever he is live, I just applaud people to jump in his live and tell him about himself. He will reply.
This is the thing. He won't let you. He will be in here watching, and he will not let you. I've known him obviously for years, and I only managed to get in his box about 2 weeks ago. And unfortunately, I couldn't go as bad as I wanted to on him because I was at work.
Yeah, well, I told him when I get home, I said, well, I'm out with the family a minute, but as soon as I get home, I'm going to fire up a live and you're going to get her. He blocked me on WhatsApp, and then I checked on TikTok because I knew he would have done, because he runs away every time he's caught out. And he blocked me on TikTok as well. But I know he'll be watching on a fake account. If you want to get in 100%. The box, jump in the box, 12 blessed.
He won't. He'll be just like Welsh Viking.
But he's got so many fake accounts. He's got so many lurker accounts, and I know all of them.
Yeah, you can jump in the box. See if you can explain this one away.
I feel sorry for the lady in question, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? She's like I said, Joe, she's been in the comments, to be fair. I don't want to say who it was. So she's obviously don't want to jump in the box, no?
No, I don't think she does.
No, she didn't. I did speak to her earlier on, said, do you want to join the live? And that's why
the thing is, with obviously that person saying her story, it's hard for people to believe because looking for, not obviously from me, but from an outsider's point of view, they could say, oh, it's just a jealous ex. Do you know what I mean? They look at it.
I can promise you now. I've seen the crime reference numbers. I've seen the police reports. I've seen the well.
Like he supposedly have gone to the police about me many a times for
he told me to
slandering him.
Everything's going to the right. So I caught him out and I said, "You've just doxed a picture of my 2-year-old daughter." I said, "You're an absolute wrong-un for that." I said, "And you're going to face the consequences." And then he randomly started going on. He said, "Yes," he said, "that's my fault. I got it wrong. I should have covered the picture up." I said, "Yeah, fucking right, you should have done, mate." And then he started on. He said, "You've contacted my family and my ex-family," and I was like, "Well, what are you on about?" I sent Swag and Jamie the video of it, the whole chat. So I had a couple of people that had proof of it. I said, "What are you talking about? I don't know none of your." Oh, he's just WhatsApped me. Come and get in the box, Lee. He's watching. He's just WhatsApped me. What did he?
He won't get in the box. He never does.
He's just WhatsApped me. Says, "Lee, please carry on. Enjoy the live." So he said, "You contacted my family and my ex-family." I said, "Mate, I have no clue what you're on about. I don't even know who you are. I don't know where you live. I don't know nothing about the geezer apart from his name's Lee. Simple as that." But he obviously said that because he was a little bit shook about doxing a fucking kid's photo at the end of the day. But there you go. But no, I don't. I've not been contacted your
some
family.
of his old friends that he used to be friends with.
Why did he come in? Why did he come in? If you say why did
he won't. It'll be screen recording, and then you'll get a message in a minute saying it's going to the police.
Oh yeah.
Already put to police.
Yeah, I'm sure the police would like to have a little word with him as well.
And have a look at his phone and all, the dirty little cunt.
So not historical abuse or not, you know what I mean? He can still get prosecuted for what he's done.
Do right.
Yeah, and that's all I got today. Everything's going to the police. I'm going to the police about you. That's all been sent over to the police. I'm like, mate, do you really think I give a fuck? When I show him
he said this about me 19 months ago. He knows where I live. I'm still waiting for a knock on the door.
Send them round, I'll show him everything. I'll say, this is what this person's done. Do you think the police are going to agree with a beast or somebody that's trying to stop people like you?
No.
Call the police.
Why did he come in and speak to you, Big Joe?
He won't do, will he? Because he knows he's a wrong un. Been caught out, hasn't he? This is the thing when you try to and you sit on your high horse, you try and expose people, and you dox people, photos of people's kids and stuff like that. Yeah, you've got to make sure you're squeaky clean, because I ain't battered no woman. I ain't got no criminal convictions. I haven't. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't affect me, but your past is now, as you've just said, has just caught up with you. It's as simple as that, mate. You've been caught out. Being caught out.
There's nothing to hide. He'd come in and defend himself, but obviously they've said they've got papers of him and everything. And the person in question, I'm not going to mention her name, but she said she's got documentation and you've seen it, so she's not a liar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point. I don't know if she's allowed to because the police are involved. I don't know if the police are still involved and what have you, but I'm sure at some point she will come in and show everyone.
Yeah.
I'm sure she will. And when you see what I've seen this afternoon, you'll all be as fucking disgusted as what I am. Absolutely shocking.
He won't get in the box. He'll be watching the live off a fake account, or he'll be sitting on the FYP watching it.
Yeah, he's watching. I know he's watching the live.
Yeah. Anyone done a DBS on him?
Well, he reckon he's got an enhanced DBS. So if he's got an enhanced DBS, he can jump in the box and show us that enhanced DBS.
Come on. If not, I'll do it.
You'll do what?
I'll DBS check him.
Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah, I can do it for my business.
She can do a Claire's Law.
Yeah, she can do a Claire's Law, but with the circumstances at the minute, what's happening, it'd be the police that'd have to give her the Claire's Law from that side, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, they ultimately decide what information they can disclose.
Because it's up to them if they can expose it or not.
I'm sure that if you're interested in a partner, you can get that straight away. I'm sure by law you can just get it.
Yeah, you can, but it's ultimately the police's decision what they disclose to you is on there.
If a man got with my daughter and I've heard something about him, I'd want to take him out and put him under the
proof bin. No, I've seen the proof. What's her name? Kelando. I have seen the proof. But I did ask her. I said, "Can I show it?" And she doesn't want it to be shown due to the police being involved. Check the DBS. I don't know nothing about. Why don't you just get in the box?
It's an advanced DBS check, basically. It's not a normal one. So basically, you're going to be paying a little bit more for it.
I don't
That's
know
all
about
it is.
DBS.
So basically it tells you about if they've got any convictions against the vulnerable, disabled, any child convictions, any actual like over 18s, rapists, shit like that kind of thing. It shows you everything. My sister's shown me, she showed me an advanced DBS check and I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, everything is on there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a new law right now. They've got to tell you certain stuff straight away. They have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're in present danger. If you get with a new partner and you don't know nothing about them and you want to know, I'm sure you can go to the police and just ask them. They've got to tell you specific stuff. You don't have to go too in depth. I think you can get in depth, but you can still find out if that person's a wrong one or not. I'd want to know, wouldn't you?
Yeah. He is a wrong one. But instead of keep WhatsApping me 12 bless, jump in the box. Get in the box if you got something to say.
I want to see his DBS check, mate.
Well, he's just WhatsApped me and said he's got it, that's clear, but we'll see. Did you say that Scottish was still... No, Scottish boy don't speak to folks. You don't have nothing to do with him. That's 12 Blessed who came in the live the other day and said, I don't speak to him, I don't have nothing to do with him. That's against everything I stand for because I protect vulnerable children and stuff like that. And then behind everyone's back, he was messaging him and speaking to him all along. So not only does he dox children, is he a wrong one for battering a woman, for strangling a child, for putting underwear on a child's head, but he's also a fucking multiple liar as well.
They hang out and protect each other, it seems.
There you go. So that's him done and dusted. But he can jump in the box if you like. He's got 60 seconds to explain himself. But does anyone else want to jump in the box? Does anyone else got anything they want to say? And even if you do support him, if you do stick up for him, get in the box. You won't get hated on. Just want to hear your side of the story. Why you support him and why you think he shouldn't be exposed.
No disrespect. How can you defend a man when you've seen the documentation, Big Jam?
Well, you can't. No, but that's what I said to you earlier on, Rick. You could literally show somebody in there committing a crime there and then, and they would still turn around because they support that person so much. They go, that definitely wasn't them. I never see him do it. You know, that blinkered and blinded to it, Rickster.
You've got the evidence, man. You've got it in front of you, so do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Just shows they're good at manipulating people, you know, and that'll go. You know, that's just what they do. They have to manipulate people.
They don't want to believe it's true, because I think a lot of it is they spend so much time, not just money, because he don't get a lot of gifts. He's never on the rankings and nothing, so it's not a money thing with him, I don't think. But it's more they've spent so many hours sitting there believing everything that he has to say, believing all his stories, his journey of sobriety and his journey of helping vulnerable people with mental health and these children and stuff. They don't want to believe that they've wasted all this time on a person. So that's why they don't want to see the truth was laid there in front of them. That's who we're talking about. He could have smiled, couldn't he?
It's fraudulent activity, running a DBS access, and that's going to go out consent or employment. Well done, Johnny Be Good. Well done, mate. Well, it's just so many people try and defend these people. Do you know what I mean? And try and find ways around why other people are being fraudulent by trying to get these people's information.
100%. And that's like, you know, when he took out the 2 loans. So he took out 2 loans in his ex's name and got done for fraud. And then he got done for benefit fraud, claiming what's ESA, by the way? Claiming ESA while working.
Right.
I don't know what ESA is. You used to get that. What is it, Rickster? Don't even know what it is, to be fair. Employment
support allowance. Rickster's not on that. He's putting like squirty cream on top of his coffee every 5 minutes. He's definitely not on benefits.
I don't know, I enjoyed squirty cream on that squirty cream for ages.
Red Hawk hasn't requested. She did request. I went to accept her and then she was gone. Oh, where's Red Hawk? There, she's on the invite list. I'll invite her. Is she here? Hello, Red Hawk.
I was in the live the other day with Big Jam and Swag with this Bless guy, and I requested to go in his box and he wouldn't let me. He actually threatened to dox Jam and Swag, their IP addresses. I want to explain the dangers to what he's actually coming out with and what he was doing. Doxing somebody isn't just about putting your name, your face, and an address on the internet. Trust me, you'll never know who I am. You'll never find out anything about me. I work with Jam, I work with Swag, and I work with Tommy. And I'll help him in any way whatsoever. But one thing I will say when it comes to doxing, the dark web, the deep web, is not what you're on now. It's a different world to what you experience on here, TikTok, Instagram, anything like that. That's not doxing, trust me. Doxing is when you go to the deep web and your information is sold. So when people F about coming out with doxing IP addresses, I flip my lid. With what I do for a living, you would never believe the things I say, the things I do is something that I would never ever tell any of you because it's nothing I could explain to you. But when it came down to this Blessed, he saw my profile. As soon as he saw my profile, he declined me. I don't mess about with what I say. I don't mess about when I come out with things on my posts. I am actually genuine. You can check me out. I'm here to help people. Anonymous aren't here to whack people. They're not here to talk shit. They're not here to threaten you. What we're here to do is to keep you safe in any way possible we can. And anybody can inbox us and we will help you in any way whatsoever. And when it came down to Blessed, I am disgusted. Somebody's got another phone screen recording. Trust me.
I probably won't know. Red Hawk, can I just tell these? Can I tell everyone, if you don't mind?
Sure.
Like, for people that don't know Red Hawk, I know you get a lot of people, fake people on here pretend to be part of something. Red Hawk is part of the genuine Anonymous team.
We're not here to take money off you.
Can I say
We're
that?
not here to exploit anything. We definitely don't. How can I put it? We're here to keep you safe. It's safe surfing. No matter what you all do in life, but there's a DNA digital trace print of everything you do on the internet. And no matter what you do, you can be tracked, you can be traced. The comments here right now, I could track every single person just by commenting. It's absolutely, I don't do it, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying this is what some people can do. But trust me, we're not here to do wrong. We're here to keep you safe.
Where's the other legend today, anyway?
I think he got jumped out with his new system.
He messaged me earlier on, but these people are part. You get these nitties that say, "Oh, we are anonymous." Well, they're not really, but these people are like part of anonymous.
Never fall for the scams of where they say, "Oh, somebody help me on Instagram, get me account back." They are Nigerians. Stop. If you have any problems like that, I can direct you to professional security companies that work with Anonymous, help people like myself, you, anybody, companies, businesses, and we're all genuine. We're all absolutely genuine. I think Junior's actually in here.
Oh, I didn't want to
I think he's been the ghost. I'm not sure. But yeah, don't trust anybody. And this blessed man, I'm disgusted. Jam, Swag, I take my hats off to you both, honestly, for not losing it when he threatened you both. And Bless, if you're listening, like I said in the comments in your live, I don't make threats, I make promises. You go near them, I promise I will come.
There we go. Right, does anyone else want to jump in the box? Is any?
I'm going to leave now. Good night, God bless. Anybody has any problems whatsoever, message Jam. If you think that you've got anybody bothering you or out like that, seriously, please just give a DM. I will guide you. If not, I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
Right, much love, Red Bull.
All right, good night and God bless. Thank you,
See you later,
everyone.
Red Bull. Take care. There we go. Well, that is that. Another wrong and to the app. We need to get a wall of shame account, don't we? Is what we need to do. And all these wrong uns, we need to put a video up of each individual wrong un, don't we? That's what we need.
You'll find that they all fucking hide out in the same places on TikTok and also start supporting each other. You know, it's like I was about Welsh Viking now. His account's all about him being manipulative and clout chasing. What, darling?
So I've got to. Yes, that could be a job for our swaggles. Because you think though, like people don't know. I haven't seen one place. I've seen loads of people do videos and stuff, but we don't know if nobody knows if they're real wrong uns and stuff, and that's all scattered about. But if there was one page that purely just posted about wrong uns, definitely they're 100% proven wrong un, and then that's all on one page, and you can say just go and check the wrong un page, and they're on there, and you go through and you can see if you're following, if you're supporting one of these known wrong uns, can't you? I think that'd be a bloody good idea, actually.
Yeah, it's just keep it.
Well, that's what we've been doing, because obviously we've got family members that are young and that are on the apps. So what we've done is we just make it so my room is basically a PG room all day until after 9 o'clock, and then after 9 o'clock it goes into because you get people coming in for treasure boxes and stuff. You can't help that, the children and stuff. So the only way to keep them safe is knowing that through the day all of my team that come in my room are very quiet on the mouth and stuff and keep it PG. Do you know what I mean? Try and protect the children as much as you can.
Well, Sidekick Dorney, what I'll say to you is he's quite readily to jump in my box at every opportunity normally. He's messaged me on WhatsApp, so he's watching the live. Why hasn't he jumped in the box today?
Innit? Right, Big Jam, I'm going to have to go, love. Thank you for having me in.
Bye, darling. Thanks for popping in. Much love. I'll speak to you soon.
No, it is. See you later.
Talking about what was his name? 12 Blessed, our soul, and his little lovely relationship, who he was denying he had anything to do with Welsh Viking. Welsh Viking being the guy that was filming probably teenage girls in Greg's.
Well, I'd just say, Russian, what I would say is if you do find you're following these nitties, these wrong-uns, just block them. Just block them, and then eventually, if everyone just keeps blocking them, they're not going to have a platform, they're not going to have an audience to support them, then they'll just disappear and we won't hear from them again, will we?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
They just have a habit of keep coming back, though, don't they? And the people who haven't heard about them, and do you know what I mean?
The thing is, like I say, I was out for lunch with the family today, and I never expected all this to come out. I was just going to do a live and just rip him for posting a picture of my baby daughter. That's all I was going to do. That's the only intention I had. And then all this came about, and she sent me all the proof over on Instagram and everything. And it turns out I see that said like the certain police force, and I said that's the same police force as near like where I live, and she's like, really? I said, yeah, I live in Beccles, and she told me where she lived, and I'm like, fucking hell, that's like a 10-minute drive from my house. So she's really local to me. And then she sent me all the proof, all the pictures and everything, the police report, everything. So that's what I was saying in the last live though, Russian, right? You support these people, you sit and you think they're all good guys and stuff like that. Yeah. And then the one thing I've learned over the last few months by watching all this is that, somebody said something about somebody, like they could be a big creator, somebody says, oh, that person's a wrong because they've done this, they've done that. That person will get shot down and say, you're a liar. They've never done this, they've never done that. But how many times now have we seen that person turns out to be an actual wrong one?
But but there's also, like Welsh Viking, for instance. I supported him when he was on about doing his Lab Gang Sanctuary, which was supposed to be like a safe place for teenage kids to go. And I saw him in his garage, his detailing studio. Which at the time I never thought anything of it. Now this all happened a year later, when the first video came out in Greg's just before Christmas, and it was then I started thinking, fuck, and this man was trying to get a sanctuary up together specifically there for vulnerable teenagers, and then a year and a half later he's in a Greg's filming the same kids he'd have probably been stuck in the garage with.
Where's that Nick gone? She's still in here. Don't block her, anyone. Leave her in here. So Nick, this is the message a conversation that me and 12 Blessed had on WhatsApp, right? So he took this message and he sent that to the Welsh Viking, who he said he wasn't in contact with, who he said he wasn't talking to, he having no association with because I help vulnerable children in the job that I do. Right, so he sent that over to Welsh Viking, which proves he was still in contact with him. Now, at the very top of this screenshot had a profile picture of me and my baby daughter. Now, you've just come in the live, typed, he's a good guy. Is he really a good guy? Would you still be saying he was a good guy if he's posting things on the internet about pictures of your child? Is he a good guy, or are you deluded?
Yeah.
And then we've also, Nick, just heard what he's done to this poor woman and children. And you think he's a good guy. I tell you what, Nick, jump in the box. Like, there's only me and Russian here. No one's going to jump on you and have a go at you. I'd just be interested, Russian, to hear her trailer thought why she thinks this geezer's a good guy after hearing all this. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't care if she supports him, likes him or whatever, but I'm just a little bit concerned that she's acting.
It'll also give us, if we get to hear that, it also gives us a bit of the psychology that makes her think that they're a good guy. And maybe that gives us a bigger picture about the kind of people these are and how manipulative they are exactly. Crying about their own sad situation and how they're doing so well. But what we don't hear is what their heads, So yeah, jump in. I'll mute myself. I don't need to say anything.
I had the same with someone that put your lad's address on. I ain't got a son, so I definitely ain't got a lad. Who do you mean, DMB dad? Drop me a message, bruv. Do I follow him? Yeah, I'll follow you anyway. You're about my lad's address. I ain't got no lads.
No proof. You just saying that stuff without
apart
proof.
From swag. Oh, yeah, swag. Oh, he's on about swag, dad. Yeah. I know what you mean.